Hey, Johnny, how's it going? Hey, yo. Hey, yeah. Well, might as well see if this even works. Hi. I think that's showing. Switch monitor. We haven't had an explosion. And now... Turtles! Haha, tricked you all. Haha, tricked you all. This isn't Splatoon. Got you. Secret Konami shill. Secret Nickelodeon shill. Got ya. Just want to check things like volume before I jump into Splatoon. Because I know it starts with some story shit. Just want to make sure all the volume levels are right. Like, I'm not really sure if things are even showing up on XSplit properly. Like, it looks like there's no audio coming out of the system at all. If I switch to stream only, I don't hear anything. Switch back to system sound. I hear it. Maybe to that level? That seems about right. And then we'll just see if my voice is actually audible over, over the gameplay. Am I audible? Am I hearable over the gameplay? Once I'm happy that everything's fine. Okay. So long as I'm audible, game audio is a bit low. Okay. So... Okay, still good? Better? No difference? Once we're sure that it's a good middle ground, you can still hear me over it, but it's louder, then I'm happy. And we can jump straight into Splatoon. I don't think that's fair. Ah, shell-shocked! No difference. Right, then... It needs to be done on here. This is why we test these things. Oh my god, that's louder. Oh my god, that's much louder. I can barely hear myself think. How is it now? I'm having to compete a little. Well, I'm not making it any louder than this, so hopefully it's better. Because it's definitely louder in my ears. That's for sure. Why does the sound cut out in my ears? So long as the sound is right for all of you, I'll put up with it glitching in my ears. Okay. As long as there's no, like, chirps or weird, like, sound glitches, I'm happy to consider it time to jump right into Splatoon. Preparing software. It better be playable now. It wasn't yesterday when I wanted to play it. It's because it wasn't out then. Maybe a tad lower. I can't believe this. Okay. Splatfest region setting. Europe. I bet Europe's gonna have shit Splatfest, though. Pretty game. Select a style. Octoling. Is there red? There is red. That'll do for now. Legwear, how about off? Yep. I just want to make sure that those sound glitches that happen every now and then are only happening for me. Because if they're happening on the stream, then I will need to adjust it somehow. Start splanning. Oh yeah, back to good old gyro aim. Oh, it's like I've never been away. So I just had it glitch there for a moment. I just need confirmation that's not happening for everyone else. Ooh. What a gun. Ratchet vibes. How so? Is it just because you played Ratchet recently? Oh. I'm gonna get used to the gyro aiming soon, I promise. It takes a while after I played basically nothing that has gyro aiming in it. So, I just had another sound glitch and a visual glitch. Confirmation, please, that that is not happening on stream. Because if it is, I'll have to look into what's causing it. And chances are it's the HDMI cable. Centered aiming with a short character. I guess so, yeah. That squid surge is new. Yeah, getting the glitch there again. Please, can I just have some confirmation whether or not that sound glitch is happening? Thank you. Or if it's just for me. Audio hitches, right, okay. Right. Thing number one, let's just try refreshing the source. Then thing number two will be replacing the HDMI cable. Righto. Oh. Okay. Splatoon 3 time. Love it. Okay. That is continuing to happen. So the next thing to attempt is changing the HDMI cable. So, HDMI cable... I've probably got like 100 of these kicking around. Not a difficult fix at all, if this is the fix. Let me see. HDMI cables. What other console might I have been using HDMI cable with? Because maybe I just got an extra one around here. If not, I'm going to have to start digging into cable bags. Which is how you end up with shitty HDMI cables in the first place. See, here's the thing about HDMI cables. They're like potatoes. If you eat them, they die. HDMI cables get old. You know, maybe you have to bend them in the back to get them to fit into an awkward TV because it's got an angled input. You know, something like that. And then you end up in a situation where you got some really just fucking dodgy HDMI cables that refuse to play ball. Yeah, I think what I should do at some point soon is just take inventory stock of what cables I have and what cables I might need, and cables I use day in, day out. I'll just buy a ton of them. Regular battle. That's my scene. Anarchy battle. No. Okay, it's working so far. Nope. I had to speak so soon. Right, okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is completely unplug the capture device. Then unplug the HDMI in and the HDMI out. Plug the HDMI out back in. Plug the HDMI in back in. And then plug the power back in. This is a complete reset of the HDMI capture card. An unexpected reboot. Now, after doing an unexpected reboot, I am going to wait for it to come back in. Interesting. So I'm going to have to click refresh. Okay. Let's see if it happens again. I don't like these characters yet. Battles. Story mode. Okay. Rip Bozo. Hey, you can't say that about the Queen. Oh, for fuck's sake. It's still glitching. So I'm going to try something new now. And that is outputting the sound through stream only. Now, here's the downside to this. I won't be able to hear the game through these earphones anymore. So, I need you all to let me know if that sound glitch continues to happen. Because I'm now stuck with the sound having to come out of my speaker. Which also means we might get a nice little echo. Something to consider. Rip to Queen, she would have loved the Perlina DLC. The fuck is with these people? Release day, gang. I can't draw Lamau. Twitch chat. That's nice. You do you. I'm hoping to see like a horsecock or something, you know. Oh dear. The Miiverse is back. I repeat, the Miiverse is back. So we've got to get the great Zapfish. Righto. Is it going to play much the same as the last story mode? Audio seems stable. Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? So, it's got something to do with previewing the sound through XSplit that's, like, shitty. is this? It's a panel for looking at things? Octarians in the credit? Yikes. Okay. Let's give it a go. Let's see what story mode's like this time compared to number 2. I didn't play the Project Octo or Octopath Traveler DLC. I didn't play the Octo expansion, so I don't know if like elements from Octo expansion are in this or not. Squirt game. They're missing a trick if they don't do an Ika Musume crossover with this. And I'm not just saying that because I love Squid Girl. I'm still not quite used to the mechanics. It's been a while. It's been a while. Haven't even turned on your Switch. You have a Switch? Oh, right. Well, one of my Switches I haven't turned on for a while. I've still got an original base model with Atmosphere installed, but I haven't updated that in over a year. I was kind of hoping that I could mod that back to vanilla and maybe even sell it. There's plenty of great games on Switch, but it's the same thing I always say. Those great games are also on other systems that run them better. And even if they're not, they run better on an emulator than they do on the actual hardware a lot of the time. That said, a game like Splatoon is so well optimized that it would never run any better on an emulator than it already does. Like, that would be nothing to worry about. But yeah, as you say, a Doom or a Wolfenstein. Hey. I'm not sure if this is a true story or the punchline for a joke. When do you unlock the cum color? God, I wish I could set the enemy color to white. Oh my god. Low battery, you fucking son of a bitch! Great. Yeah, I really like playing my Nintendo Switch. All tethered. Yeah, Deadly Premonition 2, I bought that on Switch. I hate myself for that. Because I thought that was going to be Switch exclusive. Pissed off about that. I'm trying not to draw attention to what Space said, but... it's not wrong. That's the thing. That statement is not wrong. Yeah, it makes me wonder about Astral Chain, you know? Because wasn't No More Heroes 3 also, like, a Nintendo joint? And that's come to Steam and Xbox One and Sony and... so I don't even know what to believe anymore. If those can come to PC, maybe Astral Chain can. Maybe we can finally have Astral Chain in 60 frames. Maybe I'll finally play Astral Chain. I ain't playing that game on fucking Switch. When I could play it in 60 or uncapped on my gaming PC. Fuck. It's like the opposite of Power Wash Simulator. Fuck. It is kind of lame to me that, like, it took this long for fucking Nier Automata on Switch. To the point where it's no longer really relevant anymore. How do I fucking get to that? Am I just meant to go around and I'm overthinking this? Yeah. It just bothers me because, like, Automata is no longer relevant. Everybody who would have played Automata already has. The fact that someone who is a self-proclaimed biggest fan of the original Nier still hasn't beaten every story path in Automata tells you how I feel about Automata. GTA 5 on Switch, no thank you. GTA 4 on Switch, yeah. Wouldn't mind. 5, I've already played like 100 times. Well, I've beaten it once. To me, that's enough. Yeah, GTA 4 runs like shit on my PC. It's just poorly put together. Yeah, I don't remember running into any issues on the Xbox 360 either. You got a decoration for the lobby terminal. Oh. It's a shame we'll probably never see a proper port of Red Dead Redemption. Look, Batch, I'm plugged in! Bing. This is normal so far. I'm starting to get a little bit more into this now. BioShock on Switch. Yeah. Kind of odd. And not a cloud version. I'm so used to games on Switch being like cloud versions, you know? I'm so used to seeing that. That Hogwarts Legacy, there's no way in hell that's going to run natively. No way in hell. Not without some major compromises. Control, Resi, and then of course already existing are the Kingdom Hearts games. Dying Light 2. Guardians of the Galaxy. I reckon Harry Potter will be Cloud. Oh yeah, Guardians on Switch was Cloud. Cloud only. I just don't get it. Well, I mean, I get it from a, like, money-making point of view. You probably make more money as a company from a cloud version than you do from shipping a game physical with a cartridge. I don't know, man. I think I like owning games physical, says the guy who bought Splatoon 3 digital. The only reason I did is because I bought Splatoon 2 digital. I know that's not a good reason. But that's the reason. Yeah, the single player is just like the one from Splatoon 2. It's perfectly fine. Perfectly cromulent. Oh, one of your Uber ducks. Yeah, but I mean, if you look hard enough, you'll find things that are sussy, you know. Things that were like, oh my god, sussy. How did he know? If you make enough shit, right? You were spamming the Uber duck in the spam channel and everywhere else, like, 50 times a day. Eventually something you make is gonna ring true, as opposed to the 99.9% of stuff that doesn't. Get it out of your system. It's perfectly fine. Get it out of your system. Yeah, developers are fucked. Publishers are fucked either way. Don't put it... Oh, they're too lazy. Oh, cloud version? Do put it... Oh my god, it looks terrible. They can't win. Yeah, indies do great on Switch. It doesn't seem too hard to get your game on the Switch if you're an indie developer. Oh, get me a model kit for that. I want to build that. This is badass. Yo, this is neat. A fucking boss fight in Splatoon? Right, now I'm super curious how I'm meant to attack this thing. Maybe I'm meant to not be able to hit it when the vacuum's going. A couple of years ago, I commented on your House of the Dead reviews to say your review scores were wrong just because I know they were correct. I just wanted to give you tough love. Okay. That's, there we go. I figured that was probably the solution. I'm already used to the gyro aim. I love it. I'm already used to the gyro aim. It feels so natural. Right. His hand puts out a shockwave. Okay. I could probably tank it, to be fair. Nice. This is great. It's low battery. Wait. My Inkling just got naked? Oh, wait, they're this game's villains? I don't know how to feel about this. I know. I just wanted to enjoy the view for a while. We're good. It's so nice to see Callie and Marie. Do all these areas exist at once? Sardinium, right? Okay. Whole bunch of levels. I miss when AAA games were not trying to impress farty art critics and were fine with being a spectrum from schlock to smart shit. I agree. It was the push for the Metacritic score, wasn't it? Really. Publishers saying you have to get this score from critic reviews on Metacritic. Yo, Sushi, how's it going? This is a little bit like, from what I understand, this is a little bit like how the subway stations in Octo Expansion were done. I didn't play Octo Expansion, so... Oh! Oh, this feels good! I'm so glad it's not different! So it's reintroducing me to all the different mechanics from, like, the last 2 games. That's good. It's given me plenty of time to relearn parts of this game's system. I don't even remember those. Shit! Oh, the sponges. I remember the sponges. Ah, it forces me to go one way there. Okay. I got one of them. Looks like those little circles in the top left are how many lives or attempts I have. Let me have a look what you've typed that you're feeling pretentious about. It is abrasive schlock which has a nugget of depth in its portrayal of violence. Hey, you won't find me disagreeing with that. Kane and Lynch 2 is a fantastic game. Fuck! Okay. What does that do? Oh, okay. This story mode seems huge. It seems positively huge. You can even rotate it with the... Yeah, they go big on the gyro controls in this game. They really do. Increases small fries overall health. Needs Sardinium for that one. Increases rate at which the special gauge fills. Needs Sardinium for that as well. Fallout has forever ruined that name for me. I see the word Caesar and I want to say Kaiser. Caesar! No, that's that's JoJo. Speaking of which, you know, All-Star Battle R came out. I'm just like, yeah, that's nice, I'll get it on sale. I'm not saying it's not a game for me, because it is, but... All-Star Battle is definitely something I would play. As someone who has, you know, some love for the JoJo universe characters. Like, I'm not what you'd call a super fan, but, you know. I watched at least 3... Go fuck yourself, Nintendo Switch. I've watched at least 3 full seasons, you know. Parts. No, 4 parts. I watched 4 parts. Phantom Blood, Battle Tendency, Stardust Crusaders, and Diamond is Unbreakable. Of those, Diamond is Unbreakable is my favorite. By a long shot? But Stardust is a very close second. I tried watching Golden Wind. I got like halfway through Golden Wind and stopped. I will give it another shot someday. From the beginning, rewatching from scratch. I think that's only fair. I watched 1 episode of Stone Ocean. I was like, oh, that's pleasant. That's nice. Maybe I'll get around to that at some point. But definitely my favorite part is 4. Like, if someone said, you know, can you say that with certainty? I'd be like, yeah, I can say that with certainty. 4 is my favorite, without a doubt. Final checkpoint. I think I've said this before multiple times on stream when explaining why, but I'm gonna say it again. It's the same thing I always say. 4 just seems very grounded. Part 1 is vampires and Victorian London. It's a bit, you know, hard to believe and follow. Then you've got 2, which is which is great. Gotta love a bit of Nazis and aliens, right? Gotta love a bit of that. I love that it's very sort of globe-trotty. Same goes for part 3. Very globe-trotty, you know. There's something to be said about JoJo when it just goes places. But part 4 is so grounded. It feels more real because it's all taking place in a small area. Anybody could be a killer. Anybody could be a villain. You know, is every stand user you meet a bad guy, or are you going to come across one of those people that's pretty good and you know, straight edge, like the chef Antonio? It's great. You spend the whole time sort of second guessing everybody you meet, and I think that's what I like best about 4. Is it's so grounded. It's so just like, it feels like a bunch of people just, like, living in a town. It's probably the same reason why I like part 3, because part 3 is, like, best friends go on a cruise around the world. You know? And then you've got part 4, which is, like, best friends hang out, scam the lottery. You know? Just a bunch of people being dicks and hanging out with each other. Which I think is why I like 4 so much. And of course, it's which season has the most quotable lines. Sure, season 3 has stuff like, yes, yes, yes. And, holy shit! But then season 4's got, let's kill the whore! Beach! So, you know. You will master the eccentricities of the tri-stringer. 20... A fee of 20 eggs. Oh, this is a bit weird to use. Yeah, Bram Stoker's Dracula, then Indiana Jones, Around the World in 80 Days, Twin Peaks. You get. I don't really get Twin Peaks from it. I wonder if that was an influence. What do I get from it? I get like sitcom. I get like Friends, you know, from from part 4. Yeah, there's definitely like the mafia influence is strong in Golden Wind. Then you got shit that you would never see in an actual mafia movie. Like the big fat guy that just lives in a giant prison cell. Is this your first streaming of Splatoon 3? It is. I did stream Splatoon 2 a lot when that came out, as I'm sure you can remember. It was the game that killed my playthrough of You Are Empty, which I thought about bringing back for Halloween this year, and then I'm like, hold on. It would be up against Splatoon again. This game's soundtrack is fucking banging. I'm not sure I like this weapon though. This weapon's kind of shitty. There's probably some like Splatoon expert who's like, well, actually, it's the best in the meta. You're Empty is fun and weird from a tech standpoint. Oh my god, someone who knows about You Are Empty. Oh my god, you wouldn't believe. I bring this game up time and time again and nobody knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Oh, that is a way better game than it has any right to be. I love it. Genuinely, some decent fucking graphics for the time that game came out. Sure, it's no Stalker. Now, I've heard of Chasm, but I haven't played it. If it's on Steam, I might have it. I just like me a good, like, weird shooter. And discovering You Are Empty was just like... The cutscenes are fucking strange. Perilous Warp. Might check it out. I'm always up for a nice bit of Eurojank, as you know. I mean, I play all those fucking weird, like, Polish horse games. Like, horse riding games. Ooh! The guy who made Dusk repackaged Chasm. I could probably find that on Internet Archive then. Just out of curiosity, what is Eurojank? So... it describes a subset of European-developed video games that have the same kind of janky, like, poorly put together feel, but are still labors of love that have, like, a distinct art style, a distinct, like, feel to them, something that makes them wholly unique in their own, but they still have that stink that you only get from, like, European-developed games. Let me think of a Eurojank example. Something you might have played. This Eurojank. What might you have played this Eurojank? Yeah, Stalker. Stalker's a very good example. But I mean, describing Stalker as Eurojank seems kind of unfair. Because the original Stalker has some fantastic facial, like, mocap for the time. The people animate like people, you know? What caused the Big Bang? You. Okay, give it a go. The engine is put together with vodka and prayers. That's why I was hoping that the rumors of a Stalker HD were true. You know, like a repackaged version for Xbox Series S and X. Nice. Well, if there's any studio that could do a reasonably good job understanding it by, like, reverse engineering the full game or the source code, like, I'm thinking give it to Night Dive. Because when it comes to understanding old games, Night Dive's where it's at. I am a little bit biased, though, because Night Dive do all the retro first-person shooters that I'm into. I'd love to see Night Dive. Yeah, Power Slave. That's the thing. The head guy at Night Dive remade Power Slave by himself. Then he couldn't release it because he didn't have the rights. Then all the Night Dive stuff happens. He gets his hands on Power Slave and gets to bring it back as Power Slave Exhumed. So out there on the internet, easy to find if you know where to look, is Power Slave EX, which is the port he originally made, and then there's the version that was released this year. If you got like $15, I honestly recommend that port. This is like the opposite of Power Wash Simulator. They were behind the Doom 64 port. Oh shit, I suddenly care now. I suddenly care now about that port. I was going to play that back at like Halloween last year, but never did. Maybe this year I'll do it. Maybe this year I'll play Doom 64. For the first time ever. Seeing as it's on Game Pass, I don't have much excuse. I know I'd enjoy it. I think that Blood remaster was fine. I had no issues with it. I know it could have been better, but, you know. That's in an ideal world. It could have been better. They did the absolute best with what they had, and it was decent. I'll give this game's story mode some credit. The stages aren't just to get to the end and get the cuttlefish. Whatever, get the zapfish. They aren't just get to the end and collect the thing. some of them are like skill-based challenges. Who turned Marie into such a bitch? Seriously. All this talking shit totally isn't her style. Bit of interesting characterization going on. Oh yeah, seeing them do something to fix Blood 2 would, you know, Blood 2. And why not Shogo as well? That'd be great. Blood 2 and Shogo together. That makes sense. 2-pack. Blood 2, Shogo. Same engine. If you do the work for Blood 2, you might as well do the work for Shogo. Yes. No One Lives Forever would be fantastic, because you've got Nulf, you've got Nulf 2, and you've got Codename Jack. All three of them together in like a collection would be fantastic. We'll never get it, but you know. Deadly Hall, jump, jump. Survive for 1 minute. I can do this. Oh, I can't ink. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. I played levels in Little Big Planet that are like this. Condemned and Condemned 2 are still playable on Xbox now, aren't they? If not, they could easily just, like, release the Xbox 360 games on Xbox One as backward compatible. So, there's not as much of a rush, you know, to redo Condemned 2. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd like to see the Condemned games get, like, the remake treatment. But of first-person shooters from that time, there are others I would like to see get, like, redone. Legendary was robbed. I seriously think Legendary deserved a much greater chance than it had. I think Universal Pictures owns that or something. One of those film companies. Legendary deserved better. And I'd like to see Conduit and Conduit 2. You know, get the modern treatment. Oh, come on! Conduit and Conduit 2. Definitely. Of Wii games that, you know, speaking of Conduit, Wii games that could really do with that treatment, Red Steel 2. I mean, the Joy-Cons are pretty good from a motion control point of view. They might not be as good as the Wii Motion Plus, but probably good enough for swinging a sword around, right? Red Steel 2 is still a good-looking game. And the Wild West Samurai theming, I mean, come on. There really is something to that. That Samurai Wild West steampunk. That's still a good-looking game. Even on Wii, that's still a really good-looking game. All it needs is a lick of paint and some slightly improved controls. That's a game that easily has a place on modern systems. Black, yeah, Black. I never had a chance to play Black. Did Black release on the GameCube? I know it released on PS2 and Xbox. The reason why I ask about GameCube is I'm putting together a GameCube modification that allows me to run GameCube games on the GameCube off an SD card. Okay, fair enough. If there are any great recommendations of, like, GameCube games, you know, apart from the obvious ones, like, you know, Lost Kingdoms 2, I'm sure I'll get told if I ask on the Discord. Geist. Yes, Geist. Geist. There's a game I still haven't played. And of course, Eternal Darkness is definitely something that I want to play through at least once, just to see what all the fuss is about. I just think it's interesting how much of a legacy Eternal Darkness has, and yet, you know, outside of a failed Wii U sequel, we've basically heard nothing from that series. Pretty sure Nintendo still owns it. Pretty sure Nintendo still owns the patent on, like, the mindfuckery that was in that game. There was an N64 demo of Eternal Darkness. That's something I did not know about. And the devs got accused of fucking with the console or cartridge. Because Nintendo thought it was too good to be on N64. Wow. That's amazing. I'll ignore that clam to fame. I didn't realize Small Fry had health. Oh, wow. I bet that's great if you're a developer and Nintendo's like, hey, do you want to develop this for something that isn't even public fucking knowledge yet? Doors, 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 and more doors. And Two Humor's an interesting one, isn't it? Because of all that rights fuckery. But it ended up being released for free on Xbox, like, digital. So what happened? Were they using, like, a version of the engine that they weren't licensed to use? Or... So, I mean, nowadays, the Unreal Engine is pretty much free to use. I guess it wasn't back then. Was it like unpaid royalties? Or... I'm super curious. They claim they made their own engine. That reminds me of the story of the software engineer who put a Sailor Moon Easter egg in his software, and then when another company stole their software, he came over and did the keyboard shortcut. And a crudely drawn image of Usagi Tsukino appeared. It's like, how did that get there? Oh, come on. That just shows you there's a judge out there who doesn't have taste in video games. I mean, Too Human was a bad game, but it wasn't Destroy All Copies bad. Let's wait. Because the Wii was releasing and it wasn't a patch on the other consoles at the time, sort of thing. There was no way it could compete. I can understand being pissed off about that, for sure. Do you stick with Nintendo, or do you move to whichever platform has like the best graphics, best, you know, storage capacity? It's a tricky one. I would say you go to wherever best suits your vision, but I'm one of those old-fashioned people that thinks that game development starts with a vision. And then you build upon that. I'm one of those old-fashioned people who doesn't look at a game as a product. If it's a case of I need to stick with this publisher to be able to get the money I need in order to finish this project, then that's perfectly commendable. Yeah, precisely. There is a trade-off. Game development, to me, from the outside, looks like a very fun, happy time, and I know full well that that's not always the case. That I romanticize something that's sometimes very, very nasty and cutthroat. Amaze Inc. That's definitely not Callie. Unless she went through a huge personality change between games. They got screwed out of Legacy of Kain. Yeah, when I found out that they were the developers of Legacy of Kain, I was like, oh. Like, it was a bit of an eye-opener for me. Because as you say, they don't have any right to it. What's with this weird-ass soundtrack? This music is amazing. Sounds like something I would have made in Fruity Loops 15 years ago. Well, Embracer Group owns Crystal Dynamics now, and Crystal Dynamics has just confirmed that the Legacy of Kain IP is now back in their possession. So maybe we'll see some Legacy of Kain down the line. I would just like to see maybe something like the original Legacy of Kain or Soul Reaver to have just some sort of authentic, faithful remake done. Just bothers me that neither of those two mentioned Gex. Damn it! Give me my Gex 1, 2, 3 collection. Gex, 3D Enter the Gecko, and Deep Cover Gecko. Please! Is that too much to ask? Hold it right there. Alright, Vlad. I love these guys. A great flood. How very biblical. So I ended up getting eggs just to use eggs to get the same eggs back. Become one with your small fry. Yeah, this level's not too bad so far. Oh. Oh no. This looks rough. Right, okay. Will that work, or do I have to start moving this while this is happening? Yeah. I think that's the solution. Fuck. Just a little bit out on the timing. No. There's something I'm fucking up here. Definitely that. I am so stumped here. timing is throwing me off. Hey, Johnny, it's not too bad. This level is giving me a little bit of trouble. I think that's about right, and then... No, that can't be it. Definitely feels like it's timing related. It's definitely timing related. The question is, what's the timing? I'm sure I got this down the right way. Right. Fuck. Am I firing too late? There's no way that'll work from there, is it? There's no way I'm overcomplicating things, is it? I'm overcomplicating things! Because I'm a stupid fuckwit. Of course. Of course. Overcomplicating things. Oh, thank God for that. I wonder how it's remembering exactly where I inked. It's got to be storing that in, like, memory somewhere. Fuck. Live wild, live free. I think that's it for this first area. I should have a map that will tell me. Yeah. Parts unknown. Plenty of unknown area. Need 3 fish for that? That's such an arbitrary way of blocking off upgrades. Is there anything hidden around here that I can get? I'll just do a quick sweep of this, and then... I'll call it for now. With a brand new area to open. Yeah, no, this is the area I've already been to. Can't go up there. Ooh, lore. For people who care about it. So that's every kettle cleared in this area. Right. Thank you very much for coming. Sorry for doing a cut and run. I have been working the past 5 days. So, I'm not working tomorrow. I'm gonna get some actual rest. Later, folks. That's all there is to it. I'm going straight to the outro screen. I'm gonna drop the mic, and that's it. Thanks for coming.